Hi, it's Kelsey at Junk Journal Magic, and I'm back with another Go Ask Alice session. I'm doing about once a week because this isn't going to be as complex as everyone else's stuff, at least from what I'm putting together. I may have to go over it, which may make it a little more complex when I get into the guts of the whole folio. But we are doing Go Ask Alice this month. Our hostesses are Mystic Dawn Art, that's Dawn at Mystic Dawn Art, and Audrey at Odds and Ends. Actually, I think they changed that. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to correct that. But I'll do that for the next one. What I want to show you before I do anything else is what I've done. Basically, I'm doing a Go Ask Alice after Wonderland. What was Alice up to, and what did she do? And this is Alice. This is my idea of Alice. Alice becomes a go-getter. She wants to get out and live life and not be controlled by the crazy dreams she has about the things that happen to her. She's trying to look and find out who she really is and to improve herself. And this is a very big thing for the late 1800s because, as you know, she was born in 1864 when her father/author gave her story to Alice Pleasance Liddell to read. And that was in November of 1864. So I'm going by that to give her a birth date. And we know she was born in Cheshire, England. And I gave it a time of around 6:12 a.m. I don't know why, but that number popped into my head. Maybe I was supposed to give her that time. So she's got that. And basically, I'm going to go through and look at everything about her because she did this, and she wants us to know that she improved herself. I glued this in just so it would be present. And I've got her birth chart and numbers based on all the information I just gave you. And I have a physical copy because she went and found this stuff. Now, she was born in 1864. Back then, they probably thought of this stuff, heard about it, knew about it, even though people chose to be more religious or whatnot and look at things through that worldview. I think, even though the Canadian Battle Axe, who taught me junior and senior level literature courses, said she did not have time for alchemy and astrology. And I'm thinking, but it's in all the things you were an authority on. How could you not look at that stuff and understand what it means to get in there and analyze what you're reading and you're the expert on? Anyway, so I think she knew. And I think she decided she was going to improve herself by doing what Queen Elizabeth did, the first Queen Elizabeth. She had her Queen's Conjurer, John Dee. And if you don't know who that is, you can look it up. It's John Dee. That's his last name. And you can find out that he was a classic Renaissance man, and he knew about all this stuff. So she's like, the Queen can have someone do that for her? I can figure out what's going on in my world. So yeah, that's where we are with her. She's standing up for herself, not being a shrinking violet at all. So these two twinchies apply to her and will go somewhere in her junk journal. There's her pocket here and a couple blank pages. I haven't put anything on yet. I have to figure out what it is she wants me to write on there for her. But her keyhole, the braver you are, the more you'll see, is very important because she is not going to be a shrinking violet. No, she's going to get out there and experience life. She's going to experience the world. And if that means she's going to travel on safari or something, she just might do that. She's not a Leo. No, she's a Scorpio. And I decided her birthday was going to be the dead center of Scorpio. And I picked the 6th of November because I didn't think it was right to choose the front third or the back third because those two areas are affected by the sign they butt up against. So I just picked the dead center date, and that's her birthday. She is all for nothing Scorpio. Well, until you look at her rising sign. But that's what you need to know about what I'm doing here. And I thought today I would have some fun. I'm going to channel Alice, whatever that means. You know, that means I'm going to pick whatever in here makes me think of Alice. Now, spirit animals. I just got this book. It was used. And I thought, okay, I didn't even look inside. I'm going to take it like a tarot deck with animals. I had a a Celtic animal card deck 25, 30 years ago. And what I was doing was trying to figure out what those animals meant when you looked at druids. So basically, you go through the deck, and whichever card, the art on whichever card speaks to you the most is very important. You take that card and then you find out what it means. So I am going to look through here. You can watch as I flip through it, and then I'll tell you which card is speaking to me, because Alice is going to make it speak to me. Okay. There were a few in here that just made me think, wow. But the one that made me think of Alice, and let me surprise you. Let me just turn to it. It was here somewhere. Can you guess? Guess. It was the dolphin. This made me think of Alice. Tons of energy, happy colors, leaping through life, ready to leap into her future and embrace it. Maybe giggling like a dolphin laughing in the water. Yeah, this made me think of Alice, because that's where I think Alice needs to be. She doesn't need to be trapped in these strange paintings. Ugh, what is that? I can read about it. I don't want to. Not right this second. Let's look at, before I forget, the dolphin. It's the playful genius. Personality. Dolphins are social animals that live in pods or schools of up to a dozen members. They are the geniuses of the sea. Researchers have found that some species of dolphins teach their young to use tools. They engage in foreplay. Sex is not just about reproduction for these creatures. Dolphins communicate with clicks, whistles, and other vocalizations. They play and play fight with other dolphins and often seem to show off by making acrobatic leaps out of the water. Dolphins are found in oceans worldwide, mainly in the shallower seas of the continental shelves. Their spiritual origins. Ancient Egyptians saw the dolphin as a symbol of Isis, goddess and patron of nature and magic. Ooh. Okay, it's like a magician. Some Native American tribes believe that dolphins are magical creatures and keepers of the breath of life. Ooh, doesn't that sound cool? Mainly because they breathe air but live in water. In classical Greece, the dolphin was called king of fishes or arrow of the sea. They were thought to be the guides of souls to the underworld and were a good omen for seafaring vessels. The guiding powers. If you're in need of a little joy, let the spirit of the dolphin be your guide. Dolphins are excellent companions if you're suffering from depression or stuck in a mental rut. If you're fresh out of brilliant ideas, the dolphin will illuminate the imaginary light bulb above your head in a flash. It will show you how to smile through even the most difficult moments and to create a new rhythm in your life. And if your sex life has gone cold, the dolphin will show you how to bring back the sizzle via fun and frolic. Okay, just so you know, this is not for kids, this video. Companion animals are ram, which is sexuality, and the hummingbird, which is laughter. That's interesting. And all that stuff is all positive for Alice. Alice needs positivity. So, okay, now that we've done that, I am going to create a card to go into her journal. You'll see it next week. And before I go, I want to show you how I'm going to make some ribbons for these little clipboard clips that I have put at the top of each of the little collections of papers I've made for her. And I think I want red more than, maybe I want them both. Okay, let's do it.